Good day. Welcome to the seminar on International Day of Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. My name is Annette Vincent, and on behalf of the Commerce Department of Providence Women's College, I present this seminar to you. Initially, let me familiarize you all with the terms drug abuse and illicit trafficking. Drug abuse is the excessive use of psychoactive drugs such as alcohol, pain medications, or illegal drugs. It is very harmful for you both physically and emotionally, and to the society too at large. Illicit trafficking means trading, selling, or dealing in specified goods that are illegal in the country. We consider this day as the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking so as to raise an awareness of the increasing number in drug addicts and also to warn our loved ones never to get involved in the world of drugs. Share facts on drugs, save lives is the theme of the 2021 International Day of Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. On 7 December 1987, the UN General Assembly decided to observe 26 June as the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking as an expression of its determination to strengthen action and cooperation to achieve the goal of an international society free of drug abuse. Drug abuse or substance abuse refers to the use of certain chemicals for the purpose of creating pleasurable effects on the brain. There are over 190 million drug users around the world, and the problem has been increasing at alarming rates, especially among young adults under the age of 30. Drugs of abuse are usually psychoactive drugs that are used by people for various different reasons, which may include curiosity and peer pressure, especially among school children and young adults. The use of prescription drugs that were originally intended to target pain relief may have turned into recreational use and become addictive. Chemicals may be used as part of religious practices or rituals, recreational purposes, and as a means of obtaining creative inspiration. Who uses drugs the most? Most research suggests that early adolescence is a critical risk period for the initiation of substance use, and that substance use may peak among young people aged 18 to 25 years. The survey estimated that in India, whose population is just over a billion, 62.5 million people use cannabis, 2 million use opiates, and 0.6 million use sedatives or hypnotics. Examples of drugs: cocaine, coca, opium and formed opioids from poppy plants, hashish or marijuana from cannabis, alcohol, tobacco, synthetic drugs such as heroin, ecstasy, and LSD. Cannabis, marijuana, and hashish are most widely abused drugs in the world. Cocaine is used by around 13 million people across the globe, with the highest number of users in the United States. Abuse of heroin and other opioids is less common than with other drugs and is taken up by around 8 million people worldwide, mainly in Southeast and Southwest Asia and Europe. How drugs affects our body. Drug use can affect short and long-term health outcomes. Some of them include harm to organs and system in your body, such as your throat, stomach, lungs, liver, pancreas, heart, brain, and nervous system. Cancer, such as lung cancer from inhaling drugs, infectious diseases from shared injecting equipment, and increased incidence of risk-taking behaviors. Acne or skin lesions if the drug you are taking causes you to pick or scratch at your skin. Effects of drug abuse. How do drugs work in the brain? Drugs interfere with the way neurons send, receive, and process signals via neurotransmitters. Some drugs, such as marijuana and heroin, can activate neurons because the chemical structure mimics that of a natural neurotransmitter in the brain. Although these drugs mimic the brain's own chemicals, they don't activate neurons in the same way as a natural neurotransmitter, and they lead to abnormal messages being sent through the network. Mechanisms of specific drug activity. Depressants. A depressant or central depressant is a drug that lowers neurotransmission levels, which is to depress or reduce arousal or stimulation in various areas of the brain. Depressants are also occasionally referred to as downers as they lower the level of arousal when taken. Stimulant drugs. Stimulants are a class of drugs that speed up the messages between the brain and the body. They can make a person feel more awake, alert, confident, or energetic. Large doses of stimulants can cause overstimulation, causing anxiety, panic, seizures, headaches, stomach cramps, aggression, and paranoia. Methylphenidates and caffeine are examples for stimulant drugs. Opioid drugs, a substance used to treat moderate to severe pain. Opioids are like opiates, such as morphine and codeine, but are not made from opium. Opioids bind to opioid receptors in central nervous system. Opioids used to be called narcotics. An opioid is a type of alkaloid. Cannabinoid drugs, a type of chemical in marijuana that causes drug like effects all through the body, including the central nervous system and the immune system. The main active cannabinoid in marijuana is delta 9 THC. Cannabinoids may help treat the symptoms of cancer or the side effects of cancer treatments. Hallucinogens, blotter sheets of LSD, so paper squares that users take by mouth. Hallucinogens are a diverse group of drugs that alter a person's awareness of their surroundings as well as their own thoughts and feelings. Hallucinogens are a class of drugs that cause profound distortions in a person's perceptions of reality, otherwise known as hallucinations. Other drugs, such as amphetamine or cocaine, can cause the neurons to release abnormally large amounts of natural neurotransmitters or prevent the normal recycling of these brain chemicals by interfering with the transporters. This too amplifies or disrupts the normal communication between neurons. 5 effects of alcoholism on family: damaged family relationships, developmental issues in neglected children, domestic abuse, drained family finances, physical and mental health issues. Some of the problems children experience in homes where alcoholism is present include academic problems, anxiety and depression, poor emotional development, difficulty with intimate relationships as adults, a tendency to be dishonest. Drugs and narcotics in India and their illegal consumption. Substance addiction is not an area which is new to India. Nearly 3 million medication and drug addicts and a total of nearly 10 suicides per day due to the repercussions of the said addiction. India is amongst the world's foremost drug bin nations with little access to rehabilitation centers for most individuals. Here, the Introduction of Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act in 1985, India took a step towards eradicating this fast growing problem, which has been known to consume nations like Mexico and even the United States of America. Drug law enforcement agencies in India: the Narcotics Control Division, the Central Bureau of Narcotics, the Narcotic Control Bureau. Other agencies like Directorate of Revenue Intelligence, Central Bureau of Investigation, Customs Commission, and Border Security Force. With the help of this Act and its further amendments as per the needs of the society in 2001 and 2014, India has been very stringent on anti drug petitions and has been persistent in the imposition of firm punishments for drug trafficking and drug endorsements. Furthermore, resources for rehabilitation for addicts is also something that has been the focal point under this Act. This is to ensure the safe and secure life of individuals who may be suffering from this addiction with the promise of better standard of life in the future. Rehabilitation centers. According to the dictionary, rehabilitation means the action of restoring someone to health or normal life through training and therapy after imprisonment, addiction, or illness. A rehab is equipped with all the resources that are needed to rebuild the damaged life of an addict. There are medical professionals, nurses, addiction therapists, and perhaps other methods that help in the rehabilitation process. Yoga and medication have proven to be highly effective in addiction recovery. Legislative policies in India in drug related matters. The Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1985, Prevention of Illicit Traffic in Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1988, Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940. Rehabilitation centers in India. Some of the rehabilitation centers in India are Safe House Wellness Retreat, Delhi; Phoenix Foundation, India, Hyderabad; Om Beach Resort, Karnataka; Adult Hope Recovery Services Private Limited, Hyderabad; Anada Human University, Mumbai; Carabams Amita, Bengaluru; Abhaya Addiction Recovery Center, Bengaluru; Pioneer Rehabilitation Center, Chennai; Nasha Mukti Kendra, Kanpur; Drug Dependence Treatment Center, Ghaziabad. Build a meaningful drug free life. You can support your drug treatment and protect yourself from relapse by having activities and interests that provide meaning to your life. Pick up an old hobby or try a new one. Adopt a pet. Spend time in nature. Enjoy the arts. Set meaningful goals. Look after your health. Get involved in your community. And now I conclude the seminar. Thank you for listening and have a great day.